Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here again with a short bit of Torah inspiration, sponsored by MEOR DC. Check out our website, MEORDC.com, to learn about the programs we offer at George Washington University and elsewhere around the nation's capital. I hope you all had a wonderful and joyous Purim, and soon we all will start to get ready for Pesach, which is just around the corner, and we'll talk about that in a week or two. But now I want to share with you a very important idea from this week's Torah portion, which is Shemini in the book of Vayikra, Leviticus. It's in this week's Torah portion that we have one of the main sources of the laws of kashrut, of keeping kosher. What characterizes the animals we may eat as opposed to the non-kosher animals? What characterizes kosher fish from non-kosher fish? A prohibition against eating insects and other creepy crawly creatures, and many other details of kashrut. But after the specifics, at the very end of this week's Torah portion, the Torah says the following: "For you shall make yourselves holy, you shall sanctify yourselves, and then you will become holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." And it repeats this concept of kedusha, of holiness, a few times. And I'll tell you something else. Whenever the Torah mentions the laws of kashrut, in very close proximity is not the word health or hygiene, which throughout the ages many people have mistakenly tried to reduce the laws of kashrut, to reduce it to health or hygiene. It doesn't say that. It always says, by the laws of kashrut, kodesh, kedusha, holiness, to be a holy people. Because the laws of kashrut are a foundational aspect to become a holy people, a spiritually elevated people who connect to God in every area of our lives. And indeed, consumption of food is an important part of our lives, I think you'll agree. And it says something else also here at the end of the Torah portion. It says, "For I am the Lord your God, who have taken you up from the land of Egypt to be a God unto you." Well, that's the kind of verse that we hear a few times throughout the Torah, but it uses a unique word here: take you up, elevate you, ma'aleh, instead of yitzia, take you out from Egypt, which is the phrase typically used. Why by the laws of kashrut would it say, because I've taken you up from the land of Egypt? I think it's to highlight that same idea. We might think that the food we eat doesn't play a role in holiness. Holiness is prayer, is other kinds of commandments, but what I eat, that has no effect on that overall goal. We might think mistakenly, oh no, not at all. It will make us, if we follow the laws of kashrut, enabled to be elevated spiritually, or the opposite. Even though we don't think of it and maybe rationally don't always understand all the specifics and the details of how that works, it is fundamental in us becoming a holy people, in elevating ourselves to the highest goal of spirituality that the Torah wants us to achieve. That's why the highlight, whenever kashrut is mentioned, there's the highlight of kedusha, of sanctity. That's why the expression here is to bring you up, to elevate you from the land of Egypt. So don't underestimate what we put in our mouth, what we choose to put in our mouth or not put into our mouth, as something somehow divorced from higher levels of spirituality. That's a very big misconception. We build the foundation of kedusha on what we put into our mouth or what we don't put into our mouth.